Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. What's good, YouTube? This is Austin Sweet here, and you're watching the Sweet Life of Dakota and Austin. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I am flying solo tonight because happy Wednesday, everybody. How's it going tonight? This is episode 41 of Wrestling Talk. Oh my gosh, we are hot off the heels of episode 40 now. Before I get into today's topic, someone asked me, are you going to stop making wrestling talk after episode 40? No, I am not. I am not going to stop making videos for you guys, especially wrestling talk. Excuse me. I know episode 40's come and gone. It's a new week. So it's episode 41 of Wrestling Talk. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the Undertaker Goldberg match that happened at Super Showdown. Now, did people enjoy this match? No, they did not. They did not enjoy this match, mainly for two reasons. For one, it was a slow pace. For two, they couldn't keep up. Mr. McMahon thinks, oh, I'm going to make some money off this. Sorry, Vince, you came up way too short, man. I mean, having two legends battling it out with nothing left to prove is ridiculous. Undertaker couldn't move. Goldberg couldn't move. It was just very, very disappointing. Now, in my mind, if I was going to book this match, I would have done this years ago in the Attitude Era or towards the Ruthless Aggression Era when it was Undertaker as either the Ministry of Darkness or the American Badass, or Goldberg as the Unstoppable One, the Unstoppable Force that tore through WCW. If we had those to square off back then, they would have put on a classic 5-star epic match. But instead, we get this crap. Undertaker tried to go for a tombstone. He botched it. Goldberg tried to go for a jackhammer. He couldn't hold the Undertaker. Even Goldberg tried to go for a tombstone. He couldn't lift the Undertaker. The match ended with a choke slam. And it wasn't even a full-on choke slam. This match was very, very disappointing. In my mind, it was the weakest, if not the weakest, Undertaker match I've seen. I've seen Taker in classic matches, but this was not that. The match could have been way better. Vince McMahon is losing money right now. He's losing fans, mainly. I understand he brought back Eric Bischoff as the executive director of SmackDown and Paul Heyman as the executive director of Raw. But that doesn't change the fact that we got a very poor match between two wrestlers that have nothing to prove. I mean, if you want to sit through a classic match, go watch Cody versus Dustin Rhodes at AEW Double or Nothing, because that was a classic match. There was blood, violence, just great stuff. I would really recommend that match. And even AEW Fyter Fest. Jon Moxley versus Joey Janela, non-sanctioned. That was a classic match too. I really recommend those two matches. The Goldberg-Undertaker match from Super Showdown, I do not recommend you watching. It was only like a 6 to 7 minute match, if even that. I thought the match was going to end real short. And Goldberg even stated on social media that he got knocked out during the match. And pretty much he went on to social media to apologize for it. Goldberg, you have nothing to apologize, man. You are one of the greatest wrestlers that the sports entertainment has had. And Undertaker went on. He wanted to apologize too. Undertaker, you have nothing to apologize about either. You two are definitely the greatest athletes that the world has ever seen today. Bottom line, these two have nothing to prove, and Vince McMahon wanted money. He was desperate. He was desperate for money. He was desperate for ratings. And basically, that's that. That's all he was going for. Money and ratings and viewership, too. In my mind, that wasn't it. It was a very lackluster. It was built up to be one of the biggest dream matches ever to take place in WWE, because these two have never squared off against each other before, and that was the result, unfortunately. Super Showdown was kind of a disappointment to me. In my mind, the only good matches were Finn Balor, the Demon, versus Andrade for the Intercontinental Championship, and Triple H versus Randy Orton. Those two were the only good matches from the Super Showdown card. Rollins' match was good. Battle Royal was alright. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler was actually really good. But it was the last match, the Undertaker-Goldberg match, that really, really, really brought down the card. And Vince McMahon even stated that he wanted Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Yes, Stone Cold is my favorite wrestler too. He said he wanted Stone Cold to come out of retirement and possibly have him feud for the Universal Championship. Stone Cold went on record. He said he does not want to come out of retirement because, for one, he couldn't perform at the ability he wanted to, like he did back in the day. And for two, he has neck problems, and his knees are not that good either. So it'd be like, what would be the point in having Stone Cold come out of retirement just for one night? Even for one night, even if it's for one match. Like, what's the point? So, bottom line is, the match was disappointing. If someone asked me, how would you like to remember Goldberg and The Undertaker? The Goldberg I want to remember is the one that was unstoppable in WCW, held both the WCW World Heavyweight Championship and the WCW United States Championship, was undefeated for 173 straight wins, and then he lost to Kevin, and then him losing to Kevin Nash. And when he came to WWE, feuding for the World Championship, had an unbreakable record until he was beaten by Brock Lesnar. The Undertaker I want to remember is the one that laid his body down, that laid his body and life on the line every night, no matter what the week, no matter what the day, no matter what the pay-per-view was, and no matter what the stipulation was. That's the Undertaker I want to remember. The one that was also undefeated for 21 straight WrestleManias. That was the Undertaker I want to remember. Goldberg and Undertaker now, I don't want to remember them for a disappointing match that took place at Super Showdown at Vince's expense. So that'll do it for this episode of Wrestling Talk, guys. Thank you very much for watching this one. That's my opinion. I want to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this match. Till the next video, thank you very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, I want you to do 5 things. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave your feedback in the comments. And above all else, subscribe, shatter the bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. And also, go subscribe to Matt Hamilton. Go check out his content, and I will see you guys next video.